Okay, folks, we have another atheist, Killer Boy Fools, who is actually, no, I have a surprise here. He's not an atheist. So this is good news. But then we're going to play this video real quick. As you know, Aronra failed to provide proof and evidence that atheism is accurate and correct. And a lot of people on YouTube are talking about it. He failed. Now, there's a video here titled Proof and Evidence Accurate and Correct, where this person is talking about the question, and here's a comment by Aronra. Now, Aronra is the same guy here that failed to provide proof and evidence that atheism is accurate and correct. There he is right here on the fictional Atheist Experience show. Tweedledum and Tweedledee there. And Aronra is having a disagreement here on the channel. He's saying, well, atheists make no claims at all. Not on my channel, but on this dude's channel. Atheists make no claims at all. See, they have to say that because if they have to back up their claims, they have no proof and evidence that atheism is accurate and correct. And this person here disagrees with Aronra. He's pointing out Aronra's inconsistencies, and he says, thanks for watching, but I have to disagree with your comment. Now, this person's right. Aronra is wrong. So let's go to a video where another person, Frank's Voice, talks about Aronra failing to provide proof and evidence that atheism is accurate and correct. And it's kind of funny. Frank says, you atheists need to just give it up. You guys have been stumped by Shock of God's question, what proof and evidence can you provide that proves atheism is accurate and correct? You guys really need to give it up. We have the year 2011 coming. None of you have been able to provide proof and evidence that atheism is accurate and correct, proving, therefore, that atheism is what I've always said. It's a bunch of crap. Listen to this.
Another atheist has failed to provide proof and evidence that proves atheism is accurate and correct.
So, the fact is, guys, you cannot prove that God does not exist. And if you can't prove that God does not exist, you can't provide proof and evidence that atheism is accurate and correct. Okay? You just can't. You guys need to get over it. Shock of God stumped you with this question, and you guys don't know how to respond other than, well, yeah, I can.
So Frank's talking about how the atheist community has been stumped by this question. Well, when an atheist says, well, we don't make any claims, that's immediately waving the white flag. They cannot provide proof and evidence that atheism is accurate and correct. Aronra, you have failed. I've already added him to the list. Now, here's a video where this video comes as a surprise. There's a surprise on this video, so watch this. And the name of this video is Thank You, Shock of God. What is the proof and evidence that shows atheism is accurate and correct? The guy does say the question correctly. I respect that. I'm going to give him a thumbs up. Listen to this.
Hi, this is a video response to Shock of God. He had posted up a video that say he can convert an atheist out of atheism. His question was, what is the proof and evidence that shows atheist is accurate and correct? I have seen a lot of failed atheists in responding to this video.
Yes. You notice what he said. He said, I have seen a lot of failed atheists responding to that video. What was the video? The question, what proof and evidence can you provide that proves atheism is accurate and correct? He is referring, of course, to Aronra also. And when he says, listen what he says here. Let's go back, listen.
Is accurate and correct. I have seen a lot of failed atheists in responding to this video.
He's saying that he sees a lot of failed atheists responding to that. Now, here's the list. Let's go through the list. Take a good look. These are all people that have attempted to provide proof and evidence that atheism is accurate and correct. And just like this gentleman said, they failed. Okay? Here they are. Let's go through the list. I'm not going to say them all because the list is getting really big here. Look at it. You know, let's talk about a couple of funny ones real quick. Do you know the Matt with the Atheist Experience show? Someone called up and asked them, "What proof and evidence can you provide that proves atheism is accurate and correct?" And I'm going to type out one of Matt's answers: unicorns. Matt said unicorns prove that atheism is accurate and correct. Oh, Matt, they've gotten to you, Matt. The amazing atheist, otherwise known as the amazingly hellbound atheist. There's nothing amazing about someone that willfully chooses hell. The amazing atheist said, and I quote, "There is no proof and evidence that atheism is accurate and correct." So, let me go back here. And of course, we just heard Aronra also failed. So all these people have failed to provide proof and evidence. I love these folks because by joining this list and failing miserably, look at all the people. And I'm sure I'm missing some people. And by the way, I got to warn you guys, I'm only going to do this till the end of the year, and I'm going to do another project because it is obvious that no one has been able to provide proof and evidence that atheism is accurate and correct. Now, before we watch the rest of this video, you've got to click below this video and check this out. Go to creation.com/atheism and look who's featured here on their page. Yes, my atheist conversion story where I left the madness of atheism. And so I talk about this project of how many people are failing to provide proof and evidence that atheism is accurate and correct. Just phenomenal. So let's go back here and let's listen to this. This guy is going to try to prove that atheism is accurate and correct, but listen to the surprise at the end of this video. It's awesome.
I might be the next person to fail, but hear me out. First off, atheism is a belief of there is no God to begin with. Our world just happened on its own by natural law of physics. Now for the proof and evidence that I'm going to give you.
Now we're going to be nice to the guy. He's a nice guy. Obviously he's reading here, so let's let him go through this.
Physicists and chemists today shows us that atoms can form on its own by powerful energy that is provided, which is heat. Thus, the heat from our sun is enough to let that happen. For example, an atom can be dispersed or collide to form new elements. This has been shown and proven by chemists. Next, scientists found out that our sun is the third generation of stars, proven by astronomers. Thus, it is over 4.5 billion years old. The age of our stars fits in with evolution. We find the age of stars with our planet by a process using carbon-14 and radioactive decay. Also, carbon-14 can turn into nitrogen over a very long period of time. Another proof provided to show that element could turn to another on its own. This is another proof. So this also proves that we don't need God to provide oxygen in our world. Trust me, this method is really accurate. Bacteria show us that they can evolve by taking in extra information from their environment. That's how they become more immune to antibiotic. This had been proven really well and shows us that evolution is possible. This had been experimented by Frederick Griffith. If you really want to know more, go to school and take an astronomy class and a biology class. Chemist class doesn't help you unless you're taking organic chemistry. There are more evidence out there to prove there is no God that shows us atheist is correct and accurate.
Now, let me set the camera down. This is going to blow your mind. Let me type this in real quick. This is going to blow your mind. Now, you see that word? See it? Theist. We all know what a theist is, right? So watch this.
I'm going to delete this video if I see more dislike than like. Thank you for viewing this video. Now, if you can comment this video, tell me how well did I do. I will be grateful.
Now, here's the thing that is going to blow your mind. I know you guys know this, but so people don't say I'm A theist is the belief that at least one deity exists. In other words, the person believes in God. Okay? You got that? It conceives of God as personal. That's what a theist is. You got that? This is what theism is. So we all know this, right, you guys? So this guy is doing this video and he's going to try to prove that atheism is acting correct. Are you ready for the bombshell? Listen to what he said.
If I'm forgetting something or I'm too far from proving atheist is correct and accurate, I'll delete this video. Oh, and I'm not an atheist. I am a theist.
Did you hear that? He's a theist. Let's go back.
I'm not an atheist. I am a theist.
So basically, he just rejects the idea that atheism is accurate and correct. He does a whole video that he basically says, you know, if he really believed it, then he wouldn't be a theist. Listen.
If I'm forgetting something or I'm too far from proving atheist is correct and accurate, I'll delete this video. Oh, and I'm not an atheist. I am a theist.
Now, that means he believes in God. So what he did, I mean, it's a, you know, a nice video and stuff. He talked about evolution and all this stuff. He basically said that atheism is not accurate and correct because at the end of the video, he basically is saying the way that he's saying is, I reject all that, and he believes in God. That'd be like me saying, oh, I believe God exists, da, 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 and then at the, or no, here's why God could exist, da, 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 and at the end I go, but I'm an atheist. It doesn't make sense. In real life and reality, after he's looked at all the facts and everything, he still believes in God. Now, check this out. He talked about evolution. Notice this says, and this was in the year 2010, it says only 4 out of 10 Americans believe in Darwin's evolution. You see that? This is amazing. So it says only 39% of Americans believe in Darwin's theory. And it says a whopping 61% do not believe the theory of evolution is accurate or have no opinion of it either way. So they don't really care about it. It says only 39% believe it's accurate. So if you're still so foolish as to believe in Darwin's outdated pseudoscience theory about evolution, of which there's tons of errors, they're even calling it evolution, then basically you are in the minority. It is rational and scientifically true to admit that there's tons of errors in Darwin's theory of evolution, his theory of evolution. Here's what I suggest you guys do. Go see my testimony, which I have to say very humbly was pretty good. Right here at Creation Ministries International, go here to creation.com/atheism, click right below, and when you go there, read all about atheism and why it's really not true. So I'm not going to add Killer Boy Fools to the list of failures because at the end of the video he basically admitted that atheism is not accurate and correct, and that deserves another thumbs up. So thank you, Killer Boy Fools, for basically admitting that theism is the more intelligent way to go, which he did at the end of the video. He admitted it.